remember Mark Zandy saying that me with revisions.
Your selective memory is flattering.
Please.
All right, we go from predicting the jobs report to predicting the Super Bowl. No doubt a lot of you are going to be putting a little bit of money on the game this weekend, I'm sure. It's all legal. So we thought we'd bring you in with one of the top handicappers with some analysis of what to expect come Sunday. Dr. Bob Stahl is a handicapper and founder of drbobsports.com. It's a subscription-based sports handicapping website. He's here to talk a little bit about what he sees for the big matchup. So who's it going to be? Is it the Bears? Is it the Colts? Who comes out on top? Dr. Bob?
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, actually, the Colts are more likely to win the game, but I think the point spread, like most Super Bowl point spreads, is a little bit inflated. So I think if you're a betting man, you're probably better off taking the Bears plus the points, in this case, getting 7 points, than you are taking Indianapolis. I mean, really, if this were a regular season game in a normal circumstance, the Colts would be probably favored by 3.5 or 4 points, and now all of a sudden you're getting 7 points just because public perception is such a huge part of what makes the Super Bowl point spread, and public perception is on the Colts this year.
On the Colts this year. If it was that normal spread, if it was just 3.5, 4 points, you'd be saying stick with the Colts?
Well, no, I think the spread should be about 4 points. But because, the public perception in this case is that, the Colts defense has been having problems all year long, and now all of a sudden they're playing a lot better, and there is some actual validity to the fact that the Colts are playing better. And the reason they're playing better is not necessarily Bob Sanders' return, which is what a lot of people are giving credit to, but actually when Rob Morris joined the starting lineup at outside linebacker, that's when the Colts started playing better defense. He's a good tackling linebacker, and with Morris in the lineup, they only allowed just over 4 yards a carry. Without Morris starting, they were allowing about 5.5 yards per run, so he's made the huge difference. But even with that being the case, the Colts should not be favored by more than 3 or 4 points.
Hey, Bob, one of the Colts cornerbacks, Nick Harper, is quoted as saying, we want to put the ball in the quarterback's hands, meaning Grossman. Quote, he struggled in the past, and he did throw a lot of interceptions this year. Is that mind games, or do you think the Colts really want to try to test Grossman and count on him making some more big mistakes?
Well, I think they want to test him. The interception totals are a little bit misleading. I mean, he did throw 21 interceptions this year in 18 games, but in 12 of those 18 games, he threw 1 interception or fewer, and in 9 of the 18 games, he threw 0 interceptions. So all his interceptions were bundled up in a few number of games. So it's not like Grossman has trouble every game with interceptions. But
when he has a bad game, it's a bad game.
It's really bad. Yeah, that's right. I mean, the Bears are obviously going to try to run the ball. The Colts have had trouble against the run all year, and I think the Bears will have some success. You saw it last week against New Orleans, or 2 weeks ago against New Orleans. Grossman had a horrible game, but he didn't throw any interceptions. He didn't get sacked, and the Bears ran the ball well and let their defense and special teams do the rest. And really, special teams is kind of the X factor for Chicago. I mean, Colts are horrible in special teams. It almost cost them a game against the Patriots, and the Bears have the best special teams in the league. So I think that's going to be the factor. If the Bears can dominate special teams like they should, then they should be competitive.
All right, Bob, thanks again for joining us. Appreciate your time.
You're welcome.
We also have more pregame coverage to come. Darren Rovell's going to be talking with the Cincinnati Bengals quarterback Carson Palmer about his Super Bowl picks and his amazing comeback this year. That's coming up today at 8:50 Eastern.
But up next on Squawk Box, the global warming debate rages on. The UN releasing a report this morning that puts the blame